So this is the fourth and final question, and we'll start with Elissa. Considering our expanded Albany Public Library, please share your ideas on how the library should approach the question of funding library operations in the future.
Well, I talked about diversifying funding. So across the country, libraries have really felt the pressure from communities to figure out how to do more without increasing tax dollars. And some of them have gotten very creative about raising additional dollars. So I think that has been a goal of APL, it has been a goal of the board to figure out how to diversify funding. But I think we can expand that, and I think we really need to. The other thing is, it's my experience that when the staff is involved with really looking at how the running of the organization relates to the funds necessary to support it, that when they're really involved in looking at the statistics of usage and how buildings are used by the public, they have great ideas about how to, if not save money, save time and figure out best operating procedures. And that has been my organizing premise across the board. I've seen it happen, and I've seen the interest in staff in making things work in their location. So I think we really need to talk about, and I think Scott's done an excellent job of really increasing the conversations that staff, board, community are involved in. And I think the more we hear from our community and the more we provide the civic discourse, the opportunity for civic discourse in running our libraries, I think the smarter we'll be about our budgeting. And if we could do something about health insurance, it's a whole other issue.
Yeah, you could be president.
So, I think we must continue to find efficiencies and cost savings in the operations budget. And I think Scott and staff have done a tremendous job identifying those opportunities. As a result, you will be presented with an extremely reasonable budget to vote on May 19th. We must make sure these libraries remain responsive to patron needs and our neighborhoods. And part of that is ensuring that the APL staff, capable and talented, are fairly compensated and provided with quality benefits, in addition to ensuring that the collections are responsive to patron needs. This not only ensures a better experience for the patrons, but it ensures that we continue to attract the best and brightest talent to Albany Public. So I'm an advocate of small, regular funding increases to keep pace with increased costs. I understand that for some people this isn't the most popular idea, but I'm not running for trustee to win a popularity contest. I'm running for trustee to advocate for the best practices that I think would best serve Albany Public. In my opinion, I think there are a few funding realities that prevented budgets going out to voters for the last 3 years. I would like to see a budget go out to the voters every single year. You should be able, these are your tax dollars, you should be able to review the budget every single year and determine if this is a budget that you want to fund or vote on. I think it increases transparency, it increases engagement, and it further invests the community in the success of these libraries. So, as a trustee, I would certainly advocate for an annual budget for the voters to review and vote.
Listen.
I wanted to start by first saying I absolutely agree with what Mike said earlier, that a well-funded, well-staffed, and well-staffed library system is absolutely an economic justice issue. investing in solar electric systems would, in the long term, decrease utility costs. But I do think that we'll need to look at ways of continuing to expand services without substantially increasing costs. This will mean figuring out how to optimize the use of our current resources.
Thank you. So that concludes the question and answer period. You will now have 30 minutes. We will allow the candidates to mingle, and feel free to have an open discussion for about 30 minutes. And that concludes the evening, so thank you very much.